Good morning, everybody. I hope you guys are having a great day. In today's video, I want to talk about Palantir, ticker symbol PLTR, and why we are literally on the cusp of greatness. I put out a tweet the other day saying that everything is shifting. The stars and the moon are aligned when it comes to Palantir, as opposed to 2 years ago when everybody was literally taking a shit on Palantir. And a year ago, where literally half of the Palantir community quit on Palantir. And now, lo and behold, not only is a bunch of YouTubers and social media people popping up out of nowhere covering Palantir because there's hype around it, which is fine. The more, the better. I'm super happy about that because at the end of the day, I am a large investor in Palantir and I couldn't wait for the price to shoot up. But it just shows you that there is a narrative shift. Jim Cramer is even tooting the horn of Palantir, and the mainstream media is also talking about Palantir. Yahoo Finance literally came out yesterday and said, hey, Palantir has won the NHS contract. But in reality, nothing is 100% confirmed. They're essentially doing exactly what we as the Palantir community is doing, and it's quite interesting. I'm all for it because it's all speculation with a lot of breadcrumbs, if that makes sense. Now, I'm not denying that we are getting that NHS contract, and I believe that it is a wrap, it is a done deal. But I'm not sure if people understand how media now is pushing Palantir, and they're really like proponents of Palantir, which is absolutely crazy. This is a huge, huge shift in the narrative. But that's not what I wanted to talk about. I essentially wanted to talk about two people that probably have some of the most knowledge when it comes to Palantir, and they came out with two tweets yesterday. And these people is not Alex Karp, these people is not Shyam, these people are not the architects of Palantir, but it is the OG CodeStrap, who's actually one of the two ambassadors in the entire world for Palantir. He's literally on the Palantir website. I'm going to show you a tweet that came out specifically talking about AIP, because right now is the moment for Palantir to shine. All eyes, all ears, all everything is on Palantir. It's a bigger spotlight than this light right in front of me. Speaking of which, guys, I'm changing things up in my office. I am still tweaking the settings, but I think that the quality is a lot better, right? The lighting, the audio, the background, I think in general is a lot better. A lot of people said that there was a problem with, the frames of my camera. And I think one of the problems was my multicolored back screen. So it is what it is. And the second tweet comes from a guy called Matteo. Matteo actually works for Palantir in the New York office. We were supposed to meet up. We never got a chance to, but I know Amit did definitely meet up with him. And Matteo was currently in an AIP boot camp in Chicago, and he gave us his thoughts, his views, and his reviews of this AIP boot camp. Mind you, he works for Palantir. He is an engineer, and he was essentially helping or running this AIP boot camp. Really, really dope. If you guys are not following both of these gentlemen, you guys are doing yourself a complete disservice. Let me show you the tweet, and then let's unpack it if you guys don't mind. Let's get right into it. Guys, this is CodeStrap at CODSTRAP 411. CodeStrap is an OG. He's an engineer, and he is an ambassador for Palantir. Not to mention, he used to be a content creator where he went into the nitty gritty and technicals when it comes to Palantir like nobody else does, because he's one of the few people that actually understands the integrations of Palantir and what it can do. He's also a consultant, if I'm not mistaken, for PwC. And PricewaterhouseCoopers, PwC, just made another partnership with Palantir, not just to use Palantir Foundry, but to stack Palantir Foundry with Palantir AIP. And they're going to work essentially as a consultancy to their customers. Palantir is not a consultancy. Palantir is a software, AI, machine learning solution. But you do have consultants in PwC. And CodeStrap came out with this really, really beautiful tweet literally yesterday. He says, I'm calling AIP bootcamps Palantir's Tesla moment. Finally, people can test drive this platform and walk away with a paradigm shift in the way they think about software. They are spreading like wildfire. Now, CodeStrap was never a hypey. CodeStrap was not one of those to the moon. And CodeStrap actually tried never to speak about price. Until today, he won't speak about price. He will speak about technicals. Now, CodeStrap you guys can believe it or not, Coach Trap is somebody in the community, but Coach Trap is also somebody in Palantir community, like actual Palantir. Again, there's two Palantir ambassadors. Coach Trap is one of them. They wouldn't just make you an ambassador to Palantir if you didn't know if you weren't somebody of importance. So shout out to Coach Trap. And what he's saying is, and this is a criticism from the Palantir community and in general of Palantir, that, hey, we don't know what Palantir actually does. We know Palantir is this mysterious company that can do, but we don't actually know what Palantir does. And you can't test drive it. And that was actually one of the comments that Jeremy was saying. Shout out to Jeremy, who's covering Palantir like crazy and bringing a lot of eyes and ears to the community. But Jeremy was saying, I don't want to invest in Palantir because I can't actually touch the product. Now that's changing. Now you have Palantir AIP. Then not only can you get onboarded in a matter of 0 to 5 days. So in 5 days, they are actually giving you a working product for your business, which is absolutely unheard of. And they have these boot camps, not just throughout the United States, throughout the entire world. They just had one in Japan, if I'm not mistaken, as well. So this is very, very important. So shout out to Coach Strap. If you guys don't follow him, you guys are doing yourself a disservice. But he's essentially saying this is the moment. Now, he's not talking about price, but this is something that I've been talking about before. That Palantir is literally in the spotlight, in the limelight. And while all other companies are talking about, hey, I have artificial intelligence, I can do machine learning, literally Snowflake, literally C3 AI, literally Datadog, Databricks, bro, they all say they had all this information, all this technology. Where is it? Where are you at? Palantir is winning $250 million contracts, specifically in research and development for machine learning and artificial intelligence. And the difference between Palantir, AIP, and large language models like ChatGPT, and I'll get into in just a moment Mateo's tweet, and Claude or Llama, so on and so forth, is Shai Mashankar says it's not about one LLM, it's about KLLMs. And KLLMs just means multiple LLMs. And it's like, yo, what can we do with all the LLMs and all the information, all of the data, and actually make it useful for your specific enterprise? And that's where Palantir's ontology comes. And Palantir AIP is essentially the tool that puts everything together. And people are not quite realizing this. And somehow ticker symbol U is like shitting on that we're not actually a large language model, but we're the tool that allows you to do stuff with multiple large language models. Quite interesting. Which one would you rather be? Stop, pause, wait a minute. Look how beautiful the hair is, guys. Look how thick and full it is. You see all these patches are starting to go away a little bit longer. By the end of the year, this is going to be completely 100% full. Shout out to my subscribers who have been noticing. I've been a lot more healthy. I stopped eating all processed foods. I'm back on the intermittent fasting. I count every single calorie that I eat. And so far today, I am at 235 pounds. I started at 248.8. So I'm very, very happy with my progress. Let me show you one more screen. I retweeted this earlier. It says, read this if you own Palantir. Excellent write-up from a Palantir engineer regarding AIP bootcamp, Palantir to the moon with a little moon emoji, and F your puts as per Dr. Alex Carr. And this is Mateo right here. This is his credentials. He's 23, LLMs and engineering, Palantir, preview AI and crypto startups. He went to Brown University. So he's literally a engineer at Palantir. I checked this LinkedIn before, and like this is the link to Palantir. So he's not like lying, he's saying, hey, I work at Palantir. So if you go back, he says earlier this summer, Palantir hosted our first ever AIP bootcamp in Chicago. I would like you guys to just realize this at MLUNGHI 2000. This was the first event of its kind from zero to an LLM enterprise use case in a matter of days. We've begun and plan to continue replicating this event across the globe. Here's what I learned. LLMs are powerful, but they are terrible at certain things. For example, math. For you to be successful in scoping a use case, you have to make sure you're going after an LLM-shaped problems. There is a nuance here, but it's crucial to not waste time going down a dead end. With LLMs being in hype right now, it's easy for users to subconsciously try to shove generative AI into every solution. This is dangerous. A lot of the most useful problems remain statistically driven and algorithmic. They were just getting ignored before. So he's trying to say that LLM is not needed for everything. Sometimes you don't need a excavator and a shovel will do the trick. 3, for LLMs to be useful for enterprises, there need to be anchored to a body of knowledge. And that contains as much info about your business as possible. This is ontology. After working on AIP, my conviction in ontology being the most important core data asset has 10x. My conviction and bullishness for Palantir has multiplied as well over the course of the last month. As I said, fair market value is no longer 14, 15, 16. I believe now it's 16, 17, 18. And maybe it's going to move up, but I am a buyer at $15 and lower. I have a cash secured put for $15.50. Let's see what happens. If not, I'll collect a premium and do it again next week. There is a way to get around the thing that LLMs suck at. They are called tools. This is exactly what Palantir is. And they essentially enable you to set up flows that allows the LLM to offload any task it's bad at to specialized services. This is the core of our AIP logic product. So it takes the best of an LLM and it enhances the LLM to actually give you solutions and not just write poetry, which is pretty much what everyone's doing, with ChatGPT. And of course, it could do a lot more. And I use it every single day. But it's pretty interesting, right? Build anything useful with LLMs requires a vast suite of products. You need to be able to rapidly ingest tons of sparse data, build pipelines, organize all of the data, et cetera, before you can even get to LLMs. Luckily, Palantir has been working on this problems for decades. People don't realize this, but Palantir has been doing this for the last 20 years, specifically AI and machine learning for about the last 5-7 years. Alex Karp says this all the time. He's like, listen, it only now became popular. And this is Mateo, you sexy beast right here, you sexy mofo. You know who else is a sexy mofo? Every single person watching this channel right now and is hitting the like is a double sexy mofo. But if you don't hit the like, you're still a sexy mofo. Just not a double sexy mofo. So you're like an OG, but not like a triple OG. You feel me? Let's go back to Mateo, and he says, if you want to learn more about AIP boot camps, check this out right here. That's pretty crazy. He's doing like a whole demonstration of boot camp. People are showing up. I love it. And what is this? Alex Karp is right here. Look, the guy is wearing shorts. Is this not cool? And it's like these little rooms. So it looks like three, maybe 6. So it's like a boot camp for like 12 people. Super dope. Super dope. Palantir AIP boot camps from 0 use case to 5. Guys, I don't know what ends up happening. I don't even know what the price of Palantir is going to be today. Let me check what the price is. 1 second. Pre-market. Okay, let's see. Yesterday, Palantir was down, and then it was up like 0.5%. So we finished up 5% at $15.81. So we're currently up around 0.3%. Not bad. Not bad. Guys, I wish you a blessed Friday, a happy Friday. And no, NHS contract is not priced in. It is not priced in. Let me just show you one last tweet from me. There is some misconception that all of a sudden the LLMs is priced in, which is absolutely absurd. And it's coming, it's so stupid. So NHS is not priced in, not in terms of the stock price for Palantir, and not in terms of doors that will open for Palantir, and not in terms of the perception that Palantir wins against diversity and all odds. And finally, definitely not that it will work and actually fix the NHS, which is the biggest, possibility for the future. Thank you very much. If you guys want to become channel members, I appreciate it. It's $3 a month. I have a link down below. This is going to support my coffee addiction. And next week, I'm putting out a show of videos for my channel members. I'm going to work at it over the weekend. Thank you very much. Have a great day.